Hey my little angels, and welcome back to another video, you guys. The wizard event first appeared in 2017 and now has made a comeback 7 years later. Looks like I'll be dividing this tutorial video into 2 parts because we have to wait on the community milestones to be reached before unlocking the next location section where we can finally obtain the other items and related prizes. The community milestone appears as a whole to all the different communities together. This means that the amounts collected is not tallied just for one single community, such as here you can see it is the same, whether I'm in the BR community or the EN one. I love seeing an old event come back since it gives us an increased variety to enjoy, and this will be the first time playing this event for many of us who weren't active on this game 7 years ago. This event started on September the 19th and will end on October the 10th. You will need at least 4 different mice in a room for the event to begin. And as always, the official events last for 2 minutes and come in normal, vanilla, survivor, racing, and defilante rooms. Today the event is coming every 20 minutes. Yesterday it was 28 minutes. It will change every time TFM restarts, which is generally up to once a day, and the time interval between events usually is between 15 and 30 minutes. On the first day, the amount of items we had to obtain on the event calendar. By the way, I'm just referring to this as the event calendar. It is the advent calendar, the adventure calendar points thing. Anyways, it was set to the same as back in 2017, where you had 9 weeks to do the event, versus this time around only having 3 weeks to do the same, as per wiki. Thankfully, Tig saw this and lowered it by a lot, down to 50 wood, 20 stone, 20 water, 30 iron, 20 cement, and 10 brooms. The item gathering was glitching for half the players, allowing us to only collect 1 of each item per map round, while others were able to go back and get more of the same items. But I believe by now they have improved it so that we all can go back and get more of the same items we want. Not sure if there is a cooldown or bugging when going back to collect more, since I have been hearing a few reports of people needing to duck a few times before it registers and picks up an item for the player. Anyhow, on this first part of the map, there is 1 fixed location to pick up water and 2 locations to pick up wooden logs. There is 1 fixed location for the wooden log, and a second location that randomly changes between the lower and upper locations for the wooden log. All you have to do is run over to the location of the item and duck, aka press the down arrow key or the S key, and then bring it back up to the progress bar where it will automatically deposit the item for you, after which you will be free to go back to get any item and get another, and repeat this process. If you touch the water while carrying an item though, you will lose the item, so be aware of this. The shaman can also collect items and help cover the water areas to make it easier for players to go across, but when they come in handier is to reach the fixed log location, which is at the top right area of this map section. I'm glad that a player does not need to rely on the sham in order to reach all the items and are still able to reach the places without any help. Just takes a little bit more time. But the downside is that if your sham is AFK and dies, then the counter immediately drops down to 20 seconds left. The shaman is determined based on who has the highest number of points in the sidebar where all the usernames and points show up, as usual. Personally, being in a racing or defilante room feels like a good option since only the active players will be playing and gaining points. The AFK players will not gain any points and thus will not become shaman on event rounds. The fixed location of the wood is a 3 wood bundle, which counts as 3 for the community milestone progress bar, but only 1 for your own event calendar. Those of us who had surpassed these totals on day 1, our numbers were reset down to 49 wood and 19 water, but the total items we have collected, shown in the top left corner of the event calendar, do not reflect this drop and still show the actual totals which we have collected. So for part 1, you can work to reach 50 wood, which will get you 15 tickets and the carpenter title, and work to reach 20 water buckets, which will award you 35 tickets, 20 fraises, and 50 sham coins. When depositing wood, you get 1 cheese coin, some shell coins, and 1 to 3 of some random consumables, even a new fairy pet or a new wallpaper. At this moment, I would advise you not to use these items because they were bugged and using the items didn't do anything. Fairy pets were spotted as part of normal NPC trades in the village recently. Marlena roughly made the event map an editor to test out totems that can be used if you sham on the event map. So here are some examples that you can do for your totem. You can also see what a couple other shams have done on their rounds while watching this video as well to give you ideas. If you're lagging or unable to properly build, it is better not to build than to place planks which can block the player's path since it is doable without any help at all. I always stick to smaller rooms as is. This can help decrease your lag when playing, and if it is a racing or defilante room, you are nearly guaranteed to not have an AFK sham. There is no time to room hop in this event, so it does slow down the progress of us event grinders. Some other tips I thought of while playing the event includes focusing on the wood, since that's the milestone needed to unlock the next part of the map. I think this next milestone only unlocks the bridge, so we will not be able to access all the items, just potentially one new item at a time or so. Unlocking the bridge will allow us to reach the stones, which will give us access to combine log and stones to form shovels. I would do this later though, because it will be a part of the third milestone, so doing it before the second milestone is done to complete your calendar part will not help us unlock the next steps to get the other items. Once other parts of this map unlocks, we will be able to continue getting items for our event calendar and the rest of the prizes. Okay, so back to the tips I had. If you can get multiple items, quickly see if the wood location is the lower one, and if not, then quickly hop over to another room and check there, since those are the ones that are the quickest to go back and forth, so you can do more rounds of it in those 2 minutes. If the wood is bugged, then work on the water, since it has lesser prize value and will not help you achieve the next milestone. If it is easier and it works for you, just stick to the closest item and keep getting that item. Oh, and if the path does get blocked by the sham, you can go around the longer way to get the items, so that's also a positive point. The fact that we have other alternatives to reach the items we need. The top right number in the event calendar will be showing the total items we have converted to a different item, which will be possible only if 2 players have the right items and then high-five each other. This, along with the rest of the event calendar, will be talked about in the next video, which will be up after all the milestones have been reached. Currently, we are working to collect a total of 300,000 wood in order to unlock the next step. If it follows the path of 2017, then we will need to hit a total of 7 milestones to complete this whole event. That's it for now. Let's see how long it takes us to reach the final point. Good luck, little angels. Bye. QTAngel out, as always. Peace.